So hello friends, we are looking forward for the calculation of moment of inertia of a solid and hollow sphere in this segment. So let us begin with hollow sphere. So in order to understand this, we are considering a sphere like this. And the axis about which we are going to calculate its moment of inertia is somewhat like this. So basically I am constructing two axes. Moment of inertia about both these axes is going to be same. Now the next thing which we are going to discuss about is how are we going to evaluate moment of inertia for such a hollow sphere. So I can say that if we take angular variable, that is if at a certain angle theta, if at a certain angle theta, if I select a small patch d theta, then this patch which we are going to select, is going to be a ring because it is a hollow sphere, so it is going to be a ring, and the radius of this ring is going to be r cos theta. I'm explaining it. the thickness is the thickness is r d theta, and the radius is going to be r cos theta. That is, if I break the component of r, then it is going to be r cos theta. So this ring is going to have moment of inertia of mr square. Now the point of interest over here is we have to calculate the mass of this elemental ring. So in order to do this, we are using sigma. So sigma is written as m upon 4 pi r square, which is equal to dm upon. Now the area of this element which we have selected. Now in order to calculate the area of this element, we are considering that the circumference is going to be 2 pi r cos theta, where r cos theta is the radius of the elemental ring and its thickness is r d theta. So this is going to be the area of the elemental part, that is 2 pi r cos theta r d theta. So I am writing it as 2 pi r cos theta r d theta, that is r square d theta. And over here I can calculate the value of dm. So dm over here is turning out to be m by 2 cos theta d theta. Now for the elemental ring, I can write that moment of inertia is going to be equal to integration of r square dm. So for r square we are using this r cos theta value, that is r square cos square theta times of dm, that is m by 2 cos theta d theta. And hence the expression is turning out to be mr square by 2 cos cube theta d theta, and the limit of integration will be from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Now this is the interesting part, why we are selecting minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2, because from here if I go in this direction by pi by 2, then eventually I will be selecting the ring on the other side as well. And if I go plus pi by 2, then also I will end up selecting the ring on the left hand side as well. So that is why the limit of integration is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. Now the next thing which we are going to do is solve this integral. Now in order to solve this integral, we are using a substitution, that is we are using this formula cos 3 theta is going to be 4 times of cos cube theta minus 3 cos theta. So from this expression I can substitute cos cube theta in terms of cos 3 theta and cos theta. So that is, this expression is going to look like, so this expression is going to look like I is equal to mr square by 2, and the integration of cos cube theta can be written as cos 3 theta by 4 plus 3 cos theta by 4 in terms of d theta, and this integral is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. The integration is from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. And in the next line I can write it as mr square, 4 taken common, that is 8. So we are left with integration of cos 3 theta d theta from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2 plus 3 times of cos theta d theta from minus pi by 2 to plus pi by 2. So this is how this integral equation is going to convert into, and over here I can calculate it as mr square by 2. Now integration of cos 3 theta is going to be sin 3 theta by 3. That is, I can write it as sine of 3 pi by 2 minus of sine of minus 3 pi by 2, and 1 by 3 will be coming down, plus 3 times of integration of cos theta is sine theta, so sine of pi by 2 minus of sine of minus pi by 2. So sine 3 pi by 2 minus sine of minus 3 pi by 2 is going to give us minus 2. That is, this expression will turn out to be minus 2 by 3, and sine pi by 2 is 1, sine of minus pi by 2 is equal to minus 1, so it will become plus 2. So this expression will become 6. So I can write it as mr square by 8, 1 by 3 times of minus 2 plus 6. That is, on solving we are getting 2 by 3 mr square. So the moment of inertia of a hollow sphere about its axis passing through its center is going to be 2 by 3 mr square. So in the next one we are planning to calculate a moment of inertia of a solid sphere. So in case of a solid sphere, what we are actually considering, we are considering something like this, that it consists of a large number of concentric shells. So if we consider that it consists of a large number of concentric shells, then at a distance x, I am selecting a patch of thickness dx. So at a distance x, I am selecting a patch of thickness dx. So the mass is m and radius is r. So this time if I select something like this, so the volume of this elemental part is going to be 4 pi x square into dx. That is area of this particular sphere into its height, or we can say its thickness, which is equal to dx. So if I multiply these two expressions, then we will get the value of the volume of this elemental part. So So the volume of this elemental part is turning out to be 4 pi x square dx. So now what we are going to do is we are going to use rho. So that is rho is going to give us total mass m upon 4 by 3 pi r cube is equal to mass of this elemental sphere upon 4 pi x square dx. And from here I can write that dm is turning out to be 3m upon 4 pi r cube into 4 pi x square dx. That is, I can write that dm is equal to 3m x square dx upon r cube. Now moment of inertia of this elemental mass which we have selected is equal to the moment of inertia of a hollow sphere, that is I is equal to 2 by 3 times of mr square. So m is going to be 3r cube mx square dx. So this is 2 by 3 m and radius is equal to x square. So this is how this moment of inertia of this elemental sphere is going to look like. And if I proceed further, then I can write that I is equal to 2 by 3 into 3m by r cube x to the power 4 into dx. And for the limit of integration, we are saying that the x is varying from 0 to r. So if we solve this particular expression, then it is going to give us 2m by r cube. Integration of x to the power 4 is x to the power 5 by 5. And the expression is turning out to be 2 by 5 mr square. So for a sphere, the moment of inertia is 2 by 5 mr square, and that for a hollow sphere is going to be equal to 2 by 3 mr square.